Hello YouTubers. I had a request to do a step-by-step tutorial to how to get to DS Doom online. First thing you want to do is to open up Google and Google search DS Doom. Now a lot of people will go here. I made the same mistake. I test all of them and I can't get it. Just can't get it to go online. So I go down to codec. You want to scroll down till you see downloads. Now download the DS Doom binaries. You feel free to open, but I'm going to save it to my desktop. Now you're not done yet. You'll have sample configuration file. This is your configuration file to tell what DS Doom to read. Oops. You don't want to click on it. You want to right click and save target as. Now I'm going to save it to my desktop as well. Now you have the option to download the demo. I'm not, because I have the full version and there's no need for me to download it. Now go back to Google and type in PRBoom. This is the server and application if you want to play multiplayer with your DS. Now on the home page you will see download. I have Windows, so I'll click on Windows and just click on download. Now it'll bring you to, hold on, it's loading. Now you'll have two options. One's the PRBoom experimental or the PRBoom stable. I think you'll want to go with the stable. I'll give it a while to load. Okay, you have 3 compressed files. This one's for Mac, this one's for any any OS, excuse me, and this is for the Windows. Yeah, I'll just go with the Windows, obviously. Now, depending on your protection security, it'll block you. Just go up to it and say download file. It'll refresh the page and let you download. Now I already have this downloaded, so I'm not gonna open it or save it because I already have the folder in my C drive. Now that's it for downloading. Just close out the Window Explorer. Now you might see 3 files if you have the shareware version already there. I know I already have it on my removable disk, which I have to insert. Just give me a second. But the first thing you want to do is extract the zip file. So right click, say extract here, or open, depends what application you're using. Now here's my removable disk. I'll just open folder right now. Minimize it for now. Now, there's only 2 files you really need. It's the PRBoom.wad and the DS Doom. Now, I'm using an NDS card, so I'm going to keep this file. I'm not going to use GBA. We don't need this anymore either. Okay, and I have it already done. Hold on. Now this is Doom 2. The reason why it says Doom.wad is because every time you have a WAD or iWAD, sorry, you want to rename it to Doom.wad, lowercase. Now, to get online, you must go to prboom, the config file. Open it with anything you want. I'm using Microsoft Word. You might get a pop-up like this. Just ignore it and say OK. Now, the thing you want to pay attention to is server. My IP address. If you don't know how to get your IP address, just go to Start, say Run, and type in CMD. Next, you want to type in IP config. It'll bring up a list. All you have to do is look at the IP address. Mine's 223.199.175.157. So I just type it in underneath server. And this is your port number. I would just leave it as default because if you run the application, it's going to run the default. Just save. You'll get a pop-up saying that it's not compatible. Just say yes. Just ignore it. Now all you have to do now is open up your movable disk. And extract the files that you have downloaded and configured. I'm going to say no. I already have everything downloaded on the memory card. Now if you have pwads, for instance, I have av.wad and haloguns.wad. These are pwads. You need to add them in there if you plan on running a server that requires these wads. You need to have them there. Everything needs to be in your root directory. It cannot be in a folder. The only thing that can be in a folder is DS Doom, which I have in my games. That's the only thing. Everything else has to be in the root directory. Close that out. Remove disk. Everything's configured. Next thing you know, Next thing you need to do is go to my computer. Well, I do, and look for prboom. Now, there's two things you can do. Give it time to load. Now, I have prboom server. You can double click directly and it'll run the server for 2 players. And default difficulty would be 3, which is normal. I don't like difficulty to be 3, and I like to have pwads my server. So I'm going to go to run and type in CMD and say OK. We don't need these anymore. It's on our card. It's all good. Next thing you want to do is type in CD, which is change directory. Now, I have in my C drive named prboom, but if you have it in a difficult location like desktop, you might want to type in CD desktop, but mine's in C drive. Next I want to do is type in prboom, and I just type in, press tab, and it'll bring up a list of files I already have in my folder. Now I need to go highlight, look for until you find prboom server. I'll type in S, stands for skill, and I'll type in minus WAD, which is W, and type in AV, and I'll press tab, and I'll do it again because I want to have another WAD in there, pwad, excuse me, and I'll type in halo, but just press tab, and all you have to do now is press enter.